Thank you very much. Governor Walz, thank you so much for joining us. I know Minnesota and so many states are facing the same challenges California is. Everyone is being forced to make difficult decisions, and our families, including our kids, are bearing the brunt of it. But we really don't have to. Governor, I'm sure you're familiar with the IDEA, but for the folks at home, the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, IDEA, is the federal law that requires schools to provide services to children with disabilities, sometimes called learning differences. The federal government, as you know, splits this funding when the states. When the IDEA was passed, the federal government promised to fund 40%. Yet the closest we've gotten in recent years in 2019 was 13.8%. So I've been helping my third grade daughter with homework, and what I think we can definitely say is that 13.8% is not equal to 40%, leaving our states with a big shortfall. In California last year, we underfunded this program by about $22 billion nationally. And so has Minnesota ever gotten full funding from the federal government for the IDEA?
We have not.
Would it help you if you did?
It certainly would. I can say that part of the Recovery Act of 2009 was taking up IDEA funding above 20%, had a long-term impact both in terms of economic as well as student learning. Okay,
so last year we underfunded kids with special needs by $22 billion. Do you know, Governor Walz, how much money in fees Secretary Mnuchin negotiated for the big banks for processing no-risk PPP loans?
I do not.
That's okay, I do. The big banks got $18 billion for processing PPP loans. Almost enough to have covered the cost of fully funding the IDEA. And this issue, this pattern continues as we look at it. Let's look at another example. Do you know how much the House set aside in the HEROES Act to deliver in K through 12 schools to have instruction, purchasing tech, teacher training, maintaining school personnel? Do you know how much the House allocated in the HEROES Act, which the Senate has not taken up?
We do, and it's substantial.
It's a big number, isn't it? 58 billion. But you don't have that money, do you?
We do not.
And do you happen to know how much we allocated for the airlines during coronavirus relief?
I do not have the total.
Well, guess what? It just happens to be 58 billion. 17 billion of which went to defense contractors like Lockheed Martin, whose profits are at an all-time high. And the Senate won't even vote on the HEROES Act to give our kids that 58 billion. Do you know how much we spend nationally on salaries, wages, and benefits for school employees in a year?
I do not know the total.
Okay, it's about $511 billion. That's what we spend to fund all of our schools. Do you know how much Secretary Mnuchin negotiated in financial relief for corporate America?
Well, if I had to guess, I'd say 511 billion, but I do not know.
Pretty close. 500 billion. You are really good at this, Governor Watson. 500 billion, and yet they've only used a little over 15% of that money. So when it comes to our kids, though, and our special needs kids, apparently we're out of cash. Governor Walz, with state budget cuts, how much could your schools potentially lose this year?
It's a substantial amount. As I said, we don't have a lot of places to turn to. It's healthcare education.
And without this support, can you just stop paying for teaching?
Well, you could, but the implications of that are dramatic in terms of your long-term sustainability as well as the ethical issues.
And under federal law, can you just stop educating children with disabilities?
You cannot. We are obligated to fully do our best and maintain that effort.
even though the federal government has never kept its promise of delivering you 40% of the cost. This issue is personal for me. You wouldn't know it from how much I love to talk now in these hearings, but without my speech therapist, Jackie Oshel-Luther, I spent 5 years in speech therapy in elementary school, and I know how important those services are to allowing kids to fulfill their potential. We have the cash to educate all children, including schools with children with disabilities. And I hope we step up and deliver that relief to Minnesota and other states, including California. Thank you. I yield back.